Event 4, all of the remaining contestants. So on the red team, we have Chrono, Knave, and Captain Crunch. On the blue team, Thor, Odin, and Loki, the Odinsons. This is going to be an interesting event because this event is going to be called Brood, which is supposed to be a play on chopped. So instead of cooking things, you're actually going to be brewing potions for the other team members. This potion can be magical or technological in nature, so it will require either a magic roll or a technology, or if you don't have either of those, intelligence, whatever. But you're going to be given resources to create potions that are supposed to give the other characters on the opposing teams weaknesses. They're not supposed to be lethal weaknesses. In fact, the more creative, it doesn't have to be necessarily lethal, the more creative the weakness, the better. And the idea is, think of this as like the kryptonite for this character, within reason, without, again, having it be something that would just outright be lethal to them or kill them. And it can't just be something that's ongoing. It has to be something like, my weakness is cats or whatever. You can't just be like, my weakness is oxygen, because that wouldn't be like a feasible thing. What we can do is we can do this secretly, if you want, and have each team like say, I'm gonna make a potion for this character. And then reveal what the weaknesses are, like at the actual event of the brewing.
I'd like to make one for Loki.
You're gonna make one for Loki? Okay. Sure. You don't have to tell me what it is. So.
I just roll.
Yeah, roll just so I can see how successful it was.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. Okay.
Very well.
That's very good. Since you're on the red team, right? Yeah, we'll just go through all of the members of the red team. So, Knave, I'll let you pick somebody to make a potion for.
I'm gonna give the next option to Captain Crunch.
Arr, Captain Crunch. Arr, I think I'm going to want to give a weakness to. I'll give one to Thor. Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you'll have Odin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, how about the blue team? How about you, Gabe? Do you want to pick a potion for someone?
Captain Crunch.
Okay, you'll make one for Captain Crunch. Chrono is making one for Loki. Nave is going to do Odin. Captain Crunch is Thor.
So we're making a potion to give them a weakness?
To give them a weakness. Loki's going to definitely go for Nave.
Obviously.
Which means Thor is going to go for Chrono. Okay.
I'm probably gonna lose this. But okay, cool. Let's do this.
Cool. So I would like for the Odin to give me a check to brew the potion or make the potion, and same thing with Knave.
I have nothing, so I'm just gonna roll literally a straight
Not bad.
16.
Nice.
Nice. What I want to do with my potion, I'm making a potion. I'm just dumping it with a bunch of sugar.
I love it. Okay.
So I'm going to use magic for this.
Sure. And remember, you had a +2 bonus to this.
Diabetes.
So that's 30 total.
Okay. So yeah, your potion's very effective. Okay, cool. What will end up happening is that the team members will get together again, and they will present. The team members will have the different potions in front of them that was prepared to them by the other team, and everyone will have to drink the potions before it is revealed what actually will happen to them. So So, I guess we can do it one at a time, just for theatrical purposes.
I'll go first.
Odin, so you will go up to the potion that was prepared by Knave. Do you want to give a description what the potion looks like?
It's fairly simple, but the coloration is really interesting. It's this very shiny, almost baby blue, with radiating this energy. But there's also this like film around it. Sometimes it's hard to see. Sometimes there's a golden film around it.
All right. I chug it.
You chug it.
Is
Okay.
there a like fortitude check or? Nope.
No, it just takes. You chug it. You take it. It takes effect. There's more of a fortitude check if the person like did very badly in brewing it.
Oh, okay.
So, do you have a taste? Any notes? Any flavor notes on it when he drinks it? Is it sweet tasting? Is it sour tasting? Spicy?
It's interesting because it's a taste that you definitely recognize, but you can't place it. It's a little bit sweet, I guess. It's meaty. It's like a good meat, I guess.
Okay.
But there is something about the taste that you definitely recognize, but you can't place it.
Out of character. He gave me bleach. Your weakness is life. No.
Okay. So, Knave, what sort of weakness have you given Odin?
Knave has played into an already kind of existing weakness of Odin the Allfather, namely the famous Odin sleep, which means that every year he has to recharge his energy basically while his spear is... It felt poetic while his spear was destroyed that he needed to recharge his energy, so he's gonna feel a little bit sleepy.
I need some
Okay.
sugar.
Okay, so his weakness is he just needs to recharge once a year, you said?
It's the normal weakness that he has to recharge, and this potion is like inducing the effect that it normally has. So normally he has to go like... It's in mythology, it's like he has to go to sleep for a certain period to recharge his energy.
Like
and
hibernate.
This potion is, like hibernate, and this potion is like pushing him in that direction, just making him... I'm gonna give you what it exactly is, but it's somewhere between a little bit sleepy towards getting fatigued or something.
Red team, does anyone on the red team want to go first, or do you want Captain Trunch to go first? It doesn't
I
matter.
walk up confidently and just pound whatever is in front of me.
Okay, so the potion that was brewed. Okay, so basically it's in a heart-shaped jar, potion jar, and it's pinkish, but it sort of got some greenish, like little, almost like boba looking, like tapioca pearls, like spinning around it. And when you drink it, it has a soury but warm feeling to it. And Livestream will say, what did you give Chrono as his weakness? She says, Chrono's weakness is that whenever he attacks anyone who is older than him, he will feel it. Thor says. Okay. Interesting weakness.
Clever girl.
He says, you won't take any actual damage, but you'll still feel it, even though you don't take physical damage.
Oh
Wow.
boy. Now I know where this is going, I think.
All right.
Thor knows.
Yeah, Thor knows.
Interesting.
Clever
Or
girl.
is this very coincident?
Besides, I don't have weaknesses. So, that would have been a little detrimental to Yellow's character if they suddenly got a weakness. Though I must say, some of those were really creative.
A potion. I mean, despite being magical, I don't know too much about potions. I'll just chuck random things together and see what happens.
Odin already kinda has a weakness, being the All-Father without an all-powerful staff, but Well, we'll see where it gets him.
Should be fun. Should work.
I'm sure he'll be able to fix it somehow.
Thor and I need to have a talk.
Loki is also going to be confident about it, and he's going to chug the potion that was prepared to him by Chrono, I think, right? What
Yes,
does describe the potion? Yeah.
Same consistency and flavor as rubbing alcohol. That's clear.
Oh, this is awful stuff. What exactly did you do to me? Loki asks.
So
Better
I
be
gave
good.
him a truth serum.
Oh,
Makes him talkative and truthful.
Oh, is that all the time? I feel like it can't be. I don't know if it can be like continuously.
That was my intention. You tell me what happens next.
Oh, okay. I think from that point forward, he's compelled to be talkative and truthful. He's compelled to. So he'll be able to make a save, but it'll be a challenging save. Okay. I'm fine with that. So he's not guaranteed to tell the truth, but he's certainly compelled to. And Loki will say, well, that doesn't sound very fun. Livestream says, it's called a weakness, Loki. A weakness. Very well.
I'll go next.
Okay. Knave. This one was prepared to you by Loki. And he's
By
just
Loki.
gonna grin.
Mhm.
So it has the smell and consistency and taste of motor oil. Of motor oil.
Nice.
You'll swig it. It is not very pleasant. Loki is just gonna ask, so how did that go down? What do you think, my dear friend? Loki says.
Very slowly did go down. Because it's so it's just slowly like dripping out of the vial, and it tastes awful. Thank you very much.
As somebody who cannot resist going along with the theme, Knave, you, from this point forward, have a sudden phobia of buses and other forms of public transportation. And Livestream can't have a laugh. He sometimes chuckles at that. So that's actually pretty clever. I like that. So you have a phobia of buses and other forms of transportation. Subways, trains, planes, blah.
Reasonable.
I think that's a reasonable weakness.
That's clever.
Okay.
I'll give this one to him.
Then back to I guess it's
Thor.
Thor? Okay.
Yep.
Thor is going to go over, and it is this it's basically I would say almost pineapple-like looking jar. It is yellow, a very bright yellow, almost like neon yellow tinge to it. There's a little bit of steam coming out of it, but the interesting thing is the steam is sort of like magenta in nature, which is interesting. So as Thor takes it, she will swig. Tastes like lemons, kind of, she says. And Captain Crunch says, "Arr, Thor!" She starts to like itch a little bit on her back, and she says, "What exactly is happening? I'm starting to break out into hives, it seems." "Arr, you have an allergic reaction to anything purple. If you ever come in contact with anything purple, you break out into hives." She's wearing like a purple cloak, and she's like, "Great." She just like takes off the purple cloak and throws it away. "I'm going to have to get a new cloak then." He says, "I figured that would be some sort of, not entirely debilitating, but at least entertaining. The color purple, fantastic. Thank you." She goes, sits over, like still scratching herself, looking for like lotion. "Loki, I could use some calamine lotion." And then, last but not least, Captain Crunch.
Yep. It is a drink that looks very sparkly. It looks very bright. Very
Okay.
bright and full of many colors, and you can almost just look at it and go, "That has sugar in it."
Ooh.
Look at it and you're like, I got a cavity.
He says, I like sugar just fine. even nutmeg too. He was gonna go ahead and give it a drink. Not my go-to type of flavor, but it was all right.
It gives him cavities.
Does it give him? Is that his weakness? Is he has?
He has cavities.
Arr. Where's root canal when you need him? I thought you were gonna give him some sort of weakness, like he can't eat anything that's sweet. Like,
No, I'm just gonna give him cavities in the sense that it's harder for me to eat anything, but it's also a weakness that he can fix later by just taking it out.
Fair
So
enough.
it's basically the 1-for-1 for Gungear. I can fix Gungear later. You can
Okay.
probably get those cavities out.
So now live stream it says, so we're now going to put it up to the audience to decide which of these potions they believe is the most creative, the most fitting, etc., for their specific hero counterpart. And so I'm going to ask all four of you, just to keep things simple, pick any potion as impartially as you can, not including your own, and it can definitely be an NPC's potion. Which weakness and hero combination did you like the most for whatever reason? And let me know as impartially as you can in the Discord. From the four of you, 1 vote for Loki's weakness, which was given by Chrono. 1 vote for Knave's weakness, which was given by Loki. And then 2 votes were given to Captain Crunch's weakness, which was given by Odin. So that means that Odin's team will win. So all of you get your XP, which would just be Odin in this case. I forgot to ask because I do want to give hero points away to people. So I'll give, since you were the one who had the winning potion, I'll give Kyle an extra hero point.
Oh, thank you.
That's two hero points for Kyle.
Yeah, because I don't think he spent it yet.
Oh, remember I spent it in the beginning so Loki doesn't recognize him.
Right. So you get
So,
a
yeah.
new hero point
So I
to
have
replace.
one more.
I got
You have 1 more hero point to replace the other one. Root Canal and Yellow and Homeboy and Moji are watching this whole thing. So you might be like on the island and they have like this TV screen or whatever. And I'm going to say that Root Canal is going to turn towards Yellow and says, well, I guess I'm glad that I got voted off early. Are you?
I'm thinking right now.
Me too. And it also looks like you're going to make some money too off of that weakness over there by Captain Crunch.
That's true. It sounds like I'm going to get a lot of business from Captain Crunch. Poor thing. That's really going to be...
Gabe's right now.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm cracking up at Gabe's right now. He's just gonna have to take naps like 4 times a
He's
day.
probably he's going to be narcoleptic.
Like, yeah.
That's not fun.
Oh, man.
Well, it's either I'm gonna have to take naps all the time, or I'm just going to one super long nap. Like, no, Gabe has died during the funeral. He goes, what up, guys?
During the finale, where we're fighting the big bad evil guy, you're just like,
Oh.
For us, it's
that.
fine, though. For now.
They're hilarious. Every time I think of another one, they crack me up. What? How are you gonna walk down the street, Dave?
I know. Riding my motorcycle.
He's just riding
Buses
your
everywhere.
motorcycle. Wait, is it public transportation or is like private vehicles okay?
It's public
Right.
transportation.
Public
Public
transportation.
transportation. I'm gonna have to look up the roads that don't have bus lines. Just
I don't remember signing a waiver. I'm suing for this.
I do not like permanent stat stuff. Please change.
Please change.
Head
Yes.
developer.
The developers.
No,
All right.
good.
damn for Kato.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's
You might want to talk to Thor about that.
We might have fixed
Maybe.
I think I do.
You want me to get rid of giving my drugs? No.
Okay. We're gonna have it's gonna be downtime, so it's gonna be later that evening again. So you are all who are still left. Oh, wait a minute, we have to vote people off, don't we? Yeah, we do. We still have to vote people off.
So the vote I'm voting for this round is myself. because I will never vote against my children. Now I just hope one of them votes me, or we're gonna have a tie. And if that's the case, who knows what the tiebreaker's gonna be. I would hope to be in this round as long as I can be with my children, but I am willing to sacrifice myself so that they can go further beyond.
The votes are in, and we go ahead and get to the voting off ceremony. The losing team was the red team. Red team. Okay. So we had one vote for Knave, one vote for Captain Crunch, and one vote for Knave. So Knave has actually been voted off. That one. The next team, one vote for Loki, one vote for Odin, and one vote for Thor. It is a three-way tie. Three-way tie. So, in order to break the tie, Ethan, since you're out of the game, I'll let you break the tie. Which of those three do you want to take out of the game?
I'm gonna roll for it.
Go for it.
So 1 to 2 would be Odin. Odin is voted off.
Oh, wow.
Good.
It's between Thor and Loki. Interesting. All right. Odin is voted off. So we've got the siblings left, and then Knave is also voted off.
Why did I vote off the Knave? It's simple, really. I would have preferred to have him as my teammate till the end, but I am fairly confident he voted for me in the last round. And I felt like he would vote for me, I would vote for him, and the decider would be the captain. Seems I was correct. Abe, I'm surprised you didn't vote for me.
No.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Before I go off, I just want to give them both a hug.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
You know,
I got a handshake. So.
you shouldn't probably vote and try to vote for each other. You are siblings, after all.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
They still seem a little bit salty, but yeah.
and then he gives them
give you
a double fist bump at the end before he leaves. Just.
Yeah. All right.
Knave is looking at the family ceremony there, and he's as soon as he makes eye contact with Odin, there is a look like, I know what you did. He's not gonna say anything.
Let's switch things up, and during the downtime, let's actually start on the island. So,
Oh, lovely.
so those of you who have been voted off, which for the PCs at least is everyone but Cade, or excuse me, Chrono. You're in the typical Survivor, season 1 island, and you're gonna see that there are these like structures that they've made from trees and branches and leaves to create some shelter, and there might be some sort of campfire going, and I think that Root Canal currently has come back with some fish, using her dental floss as fishing line to catch all this fish.
Nice.
And she's going to help Moji cook the fish over the fire.
Hello there, everyone. Glad to see you all once more.
I wish I
Oh.
could say the same. How are y'all doing? Wow. Looks like two of our team just... No regrets?
Oh, of course not.
No, not that even. Do I see Hornbull?
Yeah, you see Homeboy. I think he's also going to be poking at the fire as well, just keeping the fire roaring. He hasn't really made eye contact with you.
I'm gonna try to illusion a little text in the fire that he's poking in, so only he can see it unless someone is really looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna write "Talk to me in the forest."
He'll notice it, and then he'll just, poke through it and just continue poking the fire.
I'm going off for a little walk. See you soon, everyone. And I'm gonna walk
I'm gonna leave already.
towards the forest. Just want to see what these islands is all about.
Oh, maybe you should have a skilled tracker with you.
I'll be fine.
Oh, please.
I start walking.
I insist.
I'm not stopping you.
Yeah, I'll just follow.
No, you're going to follow him? Okay. Root Canal is going to be just speaking to the group who's left. And she's saying, we're getting closer to the last event, she says. At some point, we're going to have to make a big decision as to who's going to win this whole thing. Have any of you already given thoughts to who you think is the most deserving, or least deserving?
Well, I'm probably bad to ask. It will be one of my children.
Not a surprise.
If they both make it, who I'm going to vote for, I cannot tell you. Even I do not know that.
I haven't quite thought about which of the finalists I want to win, but there's one of them who I definitely have concern about.
And that is?
I was not particularly impressed by how brutal Chrono was against Knave during the first game. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
I can see why.
But even though you said it's going to be one of your children, how are you going to choose between your two children?
Well, I might just flip a coin, choose at random. I mean, Thor has worked a lot, but so has Loki. Now, to be fair, if I don't choose Loki, he might be a little extra more salty than Thor. But it's hard to choose between your children.
I find it a little sad that Loki and Thor seem to be at odds with each other.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that a brother and sister relationship, sibling relationship should be, well, I would like to consider that to be pretty sacred. But that's just my opinion.
I hope so too. Maybe I'm not the best of father figures. If I was, I would have known what the cause of all this was.
She says, are you suggesting that you are to blame for how they are with each other?
I could be. The fact that I don't know that is probably the issue.
Nah, I suppose you could say that. At the same time, they're adults. They have minds of their own, and they ultimately, you can't control everything that they do.
That's true.
Moji's is going to take some of the fish and he's going to offer it over to Odin.
Oh, thank you.
He's going to nod, and I will probably say that okay, Yellow's not there anymore, Knave's not there anymore. I'm going to say that at that point, that's when Homeboy will get up, and he's gonna walk off, presumably as if he was gonna take a leak, but he'll go into the woods. And yeah, he's just gonna go to the woods towards wherever it is that you told him to go to.
But Yellow is following first.
My best friend, just want to have a private conversation.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Nothing really. I just thought it would be interesting to talk about all the things that were happening.
It's true. There are a lot of interesting events going on right now. May I ask you a question while we are talking about interesting stuff?
You can ask me another question, yes.
Well, would you say that during these events you would deem it a thing to do, voting for yourself?
Huh?
Or would you never vote for yourself in this event?
In this scenario, I'd vote for myself in a very specific circumstance.
Mhm.
But typically, no.
Then gut feeling says that the specific event has not occurred yet for you.
No.
Well, and I find it quite interesting where you lay your allegiances. Maybe you've not been very careful about choosing who to trust and who don't.
I don't trust anybody.
Well, I got a different feeling from what I saw. But, well, enough of this heavy conversation.
Just heavy.
Hmm.
Like,
Seeing that I have a friend who is on his way over here to have a conversation with me. And since you are so keen on joining, I guess, why not? You are not playing by the rules most of the times, and I quite like that, to be fair. You intrigue me. So,
what can I say?
well, I have something going on beyond this entire game. Well, let's say I'm trying to use this game not to win, but to use it for my advantage in future events. And my friend that's coming over, he's involved in it in some way. I am going to ask you to stay and listen in what's happening. And then take part of it. You like trickery, no?
I don't like necessarily trickery. I just like
Well-
having fun.
Well, this is very fun.
We'll see.
Trust me. And then I'm just gonna wait unless Yellow asks anything.
Isn't serious, is it?
It's playful in nature.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's not serious.
Mm.
Those terms aren't mutually exclusive.
I wouldn't necessarily call it serious. It's, as I said, it's playful. It's having fun. It's messing around a little bit.
Okay. Perfectly fine.
Mm.
Then I'll just hang out then.
Mhm.
No, zip line up to a tree and just dangle
Mhm.
from the.
I'm just gonna lean against a nearby tree.
And at some point, Homeboy will approach. He'll see you at the tree. He'll lean on the tree as well, and he'll fold his arms. You wanted to talk?
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what our goal is? Do you remember what we are doing, what we are planning beyond this entire event?
Well, I mean, there's our overarching goal of just being heroes, saving people. Is that what you mean?
I'm not. No, I'm talking about that one. I'm talking about a certain other trickster. And
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I noticed that you gave him the idol.
I did.
Mhm.
We had a conversation, and fortunately, we have he seems very convinced that I'm somebody that I want him to think that I am.
Mhm. Well, the other part of that is that you don't like me. And I want to put that in the spotlight.
Right. That's right. I forgot.
Mm.
Right.
So anything that happened over there, Nothing personal. We are, after all, very good friends. But I do have to say that I'm a little bit sorry for, you not having the ability to reap the benefits of finding that item. I did not really expect this to happen, but I used it as our advantage.
I mean, I think it worked out. That last event was pretty brutal, so I'm kind of glad I wasn't participating, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's true. I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out later.
I mean, sure, there's going to be the winnings at the very end, but it seems like there was a bit of a cost regardless. Although, I guess once you've gotten this far, you kind of have to hope that you win everything just to make that cost worth it, I guess.
Well, I think it's quite poetic that the master trickster has lost the capability of keeping lives.
I have to admit, that was a really clever weakness. I have to imagine that's going to be a real thorn on his side.
Yeah, at this point, I'm not sure either of us would be able to win another trickster battle.
Some of those weaknesses seem pretty random, though. Like, I can understand cavities. I can understand, well, sorry, I have to say, it was pretty clever. The public transportation thing was kind of clever.
Oh, yeah.
But
he won that one. But I'm not going to say that.
The color purple, anyone older than you, feels sort of random.
Well, people sometimes have pent-up creativity that they want to throw around. Well, probably that's, or, who was it that gave that was it Thor that gave that that old people thing? Maybe Thor doesn't like old people. She's just projecting. Who knows?
Maybe.
Or maybe she really doesn't like her dad, and that's kind of her way of pushing that a bit. Again, projecting. Or it's just random. I don't really understand.
I don't know.
I don't think it will come up that often. Well, Captain Crunch seems older than Kronos, but other than that, it's all young people.
Yeah, probably not, but it just seemed very strange, I think. So I guess since we're secretly friends again, who are you going to vote for at the end to win this? Who are you rooting for?
I'm contemplating. If by any chance Loki's newly acquired idol gives him some advantage in winning this, then I might be even tempted to let him to vote for him, just to give that an extra push, just to make him feel like that's that sense of victory given to him kind of by you. But if it doesn't really matter that he has the idol, then I don't know. Chrono was kind of like a really rude to me, so I guess that keeps him out of the equation. I guess Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm debating between Thor and Captain Crunch at this point, honestly.
I don't know. I think yes. I think I'd rather go for Thor. Because if the idol does not have any influence, then at least I can see how Loki loses from his own sister. That would be fun.
Do you want to get something to eat? You hungry?
Yeah. I'm starving.
Let's get some food.
Yeah, let's go. There we go. Now you know, Yellow. Now you're involved in the big plan that's going on behind the scenes of this game. I do wonder what you're gonna do with this information. I hope you are smart enough to not try to stab me in the back now. Because, as you might have noticed, people who see me as an enemy don't fare well. But I think, yes, I believe, that we will be on the same page in this, and that we will be very, very good friends.
Meanwhile, back at the house, so the house is suddenly a lot more empty than normal. It is just Captain Crunch, Chrono, Thor, and Loki. So what's happening, Sage?
I would want to have a conversation with Thor and Loki. You can choose which one comes first.
Oh, okay, individually, you mean?
Yes.
Um,
Loki could be publicly if we were all like eating dinner together. Thor definitely one-on-one.
okay. Why don't we start with, in that case, well, let's do Loki publicly then.
Okay.
So you're all having dinner of some sort. I think Captain Crunch is going to say, "I'm not hungry," and he's holding his jaw. Poor thing. He can't eat anything really. I think Nutmeg
sorry,
is.
buddy, that's a bad one.
I understand it's just a game, but this is getting really intense. Nutmeg's going to like nudge some, I don't know, like applesauce or something his way.
Crazy, it affects us, elsewhere too.
You mean outside of this event?
Yeah.
That is bizarre, he says.
You wasn't prepared for that. But anyways, Loki, how does the Knave really make you feel?
Oh, the Knave. We're just best buddies. We're friends, 100%. I mean, I was going to probably propose marriage to him probably as soon as this event is over. Is that going to be the next event? Is it going to be based on the Bachelor, Bachelorette? I don't know.
That's it. That's all I wanted to ask him.
Oh, okay. Why do you? He'll actually go. It says, "Why do you ask?"
I was just curious to hear your real thoughts. Beneath all of the defensiveness.
Defensiveness? I'm not being defensive. He says defensively.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, Nutmeg will go over to Chrono and just hop on his shoulder because he hasn't done it in a while. Because Nutmeg likes Chrono.
Scritch, feed him.
He's gonna munch, and I think that after Captain Crunch finishes slurping his applesauce, he's gonna say, "I think I'm just gonna turn in early for the night. I need to rest up and prepare for whatever the final event is."
Sounds good. Man, if only Nutmeg was his own competitor, none of us would stand a chance.
Nutmeg sort of like gives you a little bit of a chuckle, but he will hop onto Captain Crunch's shoulder as he goes to turn in for the night. And then I think that eventually Loki will also finish up his meal, and he will say, "I am going to go off as well and proceed to make preparations before tomorrow. And
Good luck.
He'll say, "Are you coming, Thor?" "Oh yes, I'm coming." And she's going to start to leave as well, unless you stop her.
Yeah, I'll just be like, Thor, a minute, if you wouldn't mind.
"Oh, of course, Chrono, yes." And she'll say, "Yes, what is it?"
Just let me, just so people don't listen in to us, can I teleport you?
I think as long as we stay within the boundaries of the house, that's allowed.
What if I teleport on the roof of the house? Would that be allowed?
Probably.
Let's do it. Take us to the roof.
Sure. Take her to the roof.
What do you want from me?
What do I want from you personally?
Yes.
That's a very complicated question, she says. Kind of loaded as well. She says, "I guess I'm just trying to figure out your full potential." Is that a good enough answer?
You've put me in an awkward position. How did you know?
How did I know?
Yes.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
Can I insight that? I already don't believe it, but I'd like to.
Yeah, you can certainly insight that.
Pretty bad. I think it's 13.
13. Yeah, it's like I think you can, at minimum, you can at least gather that the rules of this world makes it so that she can't quite be out of, she has to stay in character as much as possible. So I don't think that she can properly like answer that question to you without having anything penalized against her for going out of breaking character, basically. So you can tell that she's choosing her words carefully, but it's not necessarily because she doesn't want to be upfront with you. It's because it's not really the medium for her to be able to
Very well.
say that.
Okay.
If this is a conversation that you wish to have to me elsewhere at a more appropriate time, I might be at better liberty to be more upfront.
Well, sounds excellent. Feel free to contact me whether here or elsewhere.
And she says, well, very well. I'm assuming you know how to contact me as well?
I do not, but I'm going to pretend like I do. I actually don't know.
Oh, okay.
Remember, I don't know who this is.
Oh, you don't know who that person is.
Yeah.
I see.
So I'll
Okay.
pretend I do. I'll say, of course.
Very
Deception.
well.
Deception is
Okay.
19.
Okay. All right. She'll say, excellent. Is there anything else I can help you with, Chrono?
Oh, I was feeling like we were getting along, but now I have my hesitations. But I suppose I'll say good luck, and may the best hero win.
She sort of is taken aback by that, and she says, the last event, I hope you're not taking personally. It started the game.
That's not a game to me. That feels a lot like a personal attack.
She thinks about it as well, and then she says, I don't think it's something that necessarily applies to you. How often would something like that even come up, I wonder?
Let's talk about it elsewhere.
She
and I'll
says,
teleport her back or down.
okay. Yeah. And if nothing else, she will part ways. There's nothing else. Okay.
So, Hark, before you go on to the next event, I'm going to use that last hero point I have that you gave me. And I'm
Mhm.
going to use it to say for the rest of the time, Gabe is just fine. No, Odin is finding a lot of food for everyone. So that he can just have feasts and parties with people on the beach.
Nice.
So he's just
Nice.
gathering a bunch of food and be like, "That's party!"
Yeah. We'll have a luau of some sort. That'd be awesome. So those who've
Nice.
got voted off are having a jolly good time. Meanwhile, there's tension at the house, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. So then we move on to the last and final event. And the remaining players, of which there are only 4 of you, Thor and Loki and Chrono and Captain Crunch. Of the 4 that were going to be here at the end out of character, I did not expect it to be these 4 necessarily. So this is very interesting.
Me neither.
The
Same.
live stream will come and explain. He says, for the final event, this event is going to be called the Arch Enemy. And then there'll be like a thunder and lightning. Out of character, this is going to be a lot like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. But instead of trying to convince someone to be your future husband or wife, you are trying to convince someone to be your future arch enemy or arch nemesis. That is the purpose. And he says the way that this will work is that the 4 of you who are 4 finalists, you will have one-on-one sessions with the arch enemy, the one who you are all vying to be their arch nemesis, and essentially spending 30 minutes with them in order to try to convince them to become arch nemesis or arch enemies with you. Sounds simple, but it can be very complicated. For arch enemies, they need to have chemistry. They need to have something compelling that would cause you to defy each other's wants, needs, etc., etc. And for today's arch enemy, we have the curtain opens, and out walks this random dude. Very unassuming random dude who seems to be in some sort of like, I would say some sort of business outfit of some sort, and he might be wearing a pair of chucks along with his suit, and he looks very confused, like as if he just stepped into the stage that they just pulled this random guy off the street, and he's just got thrown into the stage. And Livestreamers asks, "Who are you again?" The guy says, "My name is Leonard." Leonard, and what is your moniker? What is your title? I'm Leonard from accounting. Leonard from accounting. So you are going to try to convince Leonard from accounting why you needs to be arch enemies with each other. What? Arch enemy? What? I thought I was participating in a game. You are participating in the game. You are the arch enemy. But this is just my lunch break. I need to get back to work. No, well, we're gonna do this. Just give us an hour. You have an hour, right? I suppose. What do I get out of this? You get a cash prize. Done. Leonard from accountant says, "Let's do this." He says, "Where do you want me to go?" "Just stand over there." He says,
That's my accounting.
And so I'm actually going to go ahead and end the session there, just to give Sage time to strategize and figure out what he's going to do to convince Leonard from accounting to be his arch enemy.